You think just because you're pretty, you can get away with mistakes. Dr. Whitaker's voice exploded through the emergency wing of St. Catherine Medical Center in Houston, Texas. It was 2:47 p.m. on a humid Wednesday, May 21st, and the ER's usual chaos fell into a stunned hush. All eyes turned to Emily Carter, 22, fresh-faced, blonde, and barely into her fourth day as an intern nurse. Now standing humiliated in the middle of the nurses' station, a patient chart clutched to her chest like a shield. She had triple-checked that chart. Patient in room 406, Mrs. Delaney, was diabetic, but her file had been missing the flag. Emily had paused to verify, like she'd been trained. And for that, Dr. Whitaker, the sharp-tongued chief of emergency medicine, was now crucifying her in front of the entire ward. If she had gone into insulin shock, it would have been on you, he barked, waving the chart in the air like a gavel. Are you even qualified to be here, or did they let you in because you smiled pretty on your resume? Emily's fingers curled tighter around the file, her knuckles white. She could feel her throat closing, heat behind her eyes, but she refused to let the tears fall. Not here, not for him. She'd survived nursing school, night shifts, burned hands, sleepless study marathons. And now this man was trying to unmake her with a single cruel sentence. "Clock out," he snapped, tossing the chart onto the counter like trash. "You're suspended." The ER doors burst open at that exact moment. Heavy bootsteps pounded the linoleum. Jason Carter, U.S. Army, Fort Sam Houston, marched into the room like a storm. He scanned the crowd, then locked eyes on Emily. He called out, his voice cutting through the tension. "Jason," she whispered, eyes wide with disbelief. Dr. Whitaker turned, arching an eyebrow. "And who are you?" "I'm her brother," Jason said, stepping forward. "And from what I just heard, you've got 5 seconds to explain why you're screaming at my sister in front of patients and staff." "This is a professional environment," Whitaker snapped. "Family members aren't allowed back here." Jason's tone dropped. "Then maybe I'll take this to HR, or the Texas Board of Nursing, or maybe the media. Because what I saw was a doctor berating a new nurse without evidence and humiliating her for trying to prevent a medical error." A tense silence thickened. Then, from the nurse's station, another voice piped up, soft but clear. "He does this all the time." It was Miriam, an RN with 12 years on the floor. "He called me incompetent for asking a dosage clarification. I never reported it." Another nurse spoke, then another. One by one, voices joined in. Not loud, not angry, just tired. Tired of being silenced. Dr. Whitaker's eyes darted to the crowd, his smugness cracked. "There's no need to make this a witch hunt," he stammered. "I think there is," Jason said. "Emily, grab your stuff." By 5:15 p.m., HR had launched a formal inquiry. An internal memo cited multiple corroborated complaints of verbal misconduct. Whitaker was suspended pending investigation. Word spread like wildfire. 2 days later, the story broke on local news. Nurses from other hospitals began sharing similar experiences online. The dam had broken, and it started with one insult too far. Emily returned to St. Catherine the following Monday, nervous but determined. The moment she stepped into the ER, the clapping began. First one nurse, then another. Techs, orderlies, even the janitor. Some hugged her, others nodded in solemn respect. They weren't applauding the drama, they were honoring the courage. Under new leadership, Emily thrived. She became the nurse patients requested by name, calm in crisis, gentle with the scared, fierce when she needed to be, and always, always listening. Her brother's surprise visit hadn't saved her. It had reminded her she didn't have to stay silent. That truth, when spoken, can echo louder than power. In a world where silence protects injustice, one voice can become the spark for change. Stand up, speak out, and don't be afraid to fight back when you know you're right. The ER, once quiet, now alive with pride. Nurses surrounding Emily. The same hallway where she was shamed now celebrated her strength. Jason standing at the door, arms crossed, a proud smile on his face. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop a karma in the comments below.